Porch Thursday when we're not on the front porch. Thinking about some other way. Thinking about what else can I say to let you know that we're here, but we're not on the front porch anymore. Thinking about what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna call this show. Oh, I think we're live. And I'm just thinking about, you may have noticed that we're not on the front porch, no. But there's a lot of wood behind me, 'cause I live in a log cabin. It kind of goes with the front porch, So I think we need to rename the show to something. So I'm open to your ideas. Let us know. Welcome to Thursday on the not front porch, or Thursday not on the front porch. Maybe I just call it Thursday not on the front porch. Thursday not. Instead of Thursday front, it was front porch Thursday, so it could be not front porch Thursday. That's my idea for the moment. Not front porch Thursday. I can't even say it, but open to your ideas. Hey, everybody. We were in the kitchen last week. And those of you that were with us, such a big thank you, because that was really fun, and way more of you showed up than I thought would do that. Thank you to Lloyd for standing around cooking for a lot of that. You all got to see his backside and him cooking. He did make some amazing food. Thank you to Tay for literally dragging all of her stuff into the kitchen. I'm going to start with a song called Offerings, because today is a day of offerings. I am so happy and so excited to finally be offering one of you the Vicki Genfan signature guitar from Luna that I've been talking about for 100 years. A lot of you have shared, and some of you have shared a lot, like 30 times, Vincent. Okay, 30 times sharing. And we asked you guys to share while the live stream was live, and you did a great job of that. So I can't wait to giving that away. In the meantime, here's a song called Offerings, which is not so much about giving guitars away as it is about giving songs away. A song you want to sing it along with me. You're not the ones feeling queasy. You think that this is so easy. I get to follow my dreams. What if it's too revealing? What if it has no meaning? What if I nothing to say? Well, I can invent excuses. It's only me who loses. Such a high price to pay. When I look deep inside, I see, well, heaven has sent these jewels to me. They are my offerings to you. Do, 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 no, no, do, do, no, no. Well, my daddy said to me just last night, nothing's ever gonna be just right. Don't let it stand in your way. What if I just plowed through this, gave up the perfectionist, let my spirit out to play. Can I be bold and take a chance? Give up the long list of I can'ts and give in to the muse. Too much rumination. I need a little celebration to help me lighten up these blues. When I look deep inside, I see well, heaven has sent these jewels to me. They are my offerings. Once I was lost, but now I'm found, standing on this sacred ground. These are my offerings to you. Offerings to you. I mean it. I mean it. I'm going to read you a real fun story. Today is a little unusual. I'm not going to have too many stories. We have a few people coming on, and yeah, and then a guitar to give away. So here we go. This is from the New York Times. When we asked our readers to tell us what they were grateful for in 6 words, we were expecting to see certain themes. So this was in the Thanksgiving mode. Health, faith, love, family, marriage. Check. Pets, grandparents, medicine, science, sunshine. Check. Some people were grateful for President-elect Joseph Biden, others for President Trump. Some were grateful for Thanksgiving food, others were grateful for delivery people. This Thanksgiving, we, staff members of The Morning, the New York Times daily newsletter, invited our readers to do a version of the exercise. We wanted to share the joys and gratitude that managed to poke through a year dominated by suffering, period. And you, the readers, delivered. Together, our team sifted through more than 10,000 submissions, many funny, some sad, all heartfelt. Then we found one of the most consequential and life-changing questions anyone can ask. There it was, neatly packed into 6 words. Will you marry me, Taylor Hollenkamp? After a flurry of excitement, we reached out to check if it was real and if Lauren Few, who submitted the proposal, truly wanted to get engaged in the New York Times. Absolutely, she said. Miss Few, 35, had known within weeks of starting their relationship that she had found her person. When we were first getting serious, Lauren said, I would marry you now, but for everyone else's sake, we should wait at least a year before we get engaged. Ms. Hollenkamp, 35, said, well, we made it 11 months. When Ms. Few saw the 6-word challenge, she said, she almost felt it was a sign. Her father, Henry Few, who had died in 2014, loved Hemingway. Ms. Few said that this felt like the perfect way to honor his memory. Oh, you know what? I think I left something out about Hemingway. Never mind that part. Okay. As we waited to learn the outcome, okay, so she was honoring her dad's memory, blah, blah, blah. As we waited to learn the outcome of the proposal, subscribers drummed their collective fingers on Twitter. Wait, will someone tell me if the proposal in the New York Times briefing was accepted? Taylor Hollenkamp, what did you say? One person wrote, who is hashtag Taylor Hollenkamp? Did you say yes? We need to know. So people on Twitter were going nuts. Well, before Thanksgiving, Ms. Few had spoken to Ms. Hollenkamp's family members who gave their blessing. She had cleared the ring with 2 of Ms. Hollenkamp's closest friends. Unable to sleep, Ms. Few woke up at 5:30 a.m. on Thanksgiving morning. She grabbed the engagement ring, a lavender sapphire, and Ms. Hollenkamp's phone in case an excited friend called with ill-timed congratulations. She crept out of their San Diego home, leaving Ms. Hollenkamp to sleep, blissfully unaware of what was about to happen. Ms. Few picked up a newspaper at her local coffee shop, buzzing with nerves. She had originally planned to propose over dinner, but the morning publishes in, well, the morning, With family across the country, not to mention the Twitter storm that would soon follow, she couldn't exactly wait. After she returned with pumpkin spice lattes, it was time to exchange their 6 words of gratitude. Ms. Few had challenged Ms. Hollenkamp to come up with her own as a setup. Still unaware, Ms. Hollenkamp went first. 6 words. My life has never been happier, she said. Then Ms. Few handed her the newspaper. The print edition also published the collection and opened it to the story. Ms. Hollenkamp said she read it 5 times because she couldn't believe it was real. I was like, wait, I'm Taylor Hollenkamp, she said. I started bawling, and then Lauren asked me herself. She put the ring on my finger, and I was sobbing and pretty much scream-cried. I love that, scream-cried. The couple plan to get married in June, then go on a honeymoon in Costa Rica. They've already booked their tickets. But first, Ms. Hollenkamp said she planned to propose right back. Lesbian perks, she said, laughing. You get 2 engagements. That's our story. And cool Thanksgiving, cool gratitude story. So there you have it. I'm going to put some headphones on, and I'm going to welcome back someone you've seen before, seen her on the show. It doesn't mean you don't want to see her again, because she's awesome, and she's one of my fellow instructors for Guitar Symposium, and we are heading into our December 3.0 Guitar Cloud Symposium event, and let's bring on Angela Petrilli to talk a little bit about it. Hey,
hi.
Good morning, Miss LA.
How are you? I know it is 9:12 in the morning right now.
I am more awake probably than you.
That it's okay. I got my tea. It's herbal tea though, and I don't do caffeine, but I got my tea here. I'm good. I'm an early riser, so I'm happy to be here. It's okay.
Excellent. So, are we excited or what?
I'm so really looking forward to this symposium a lot.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it again, and I know I say this all the time, but I'm just so honored to be teaching alongside all of you. So I'm happy to be back.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, my headphones are so loud right now that my head's gonna pop off. Thanks, Tay. For those that don't know, Guitar Cloud Symposium is a virtual teaching event that I've been lucky enough and honored to be part of. Jennifer Batten is the brainchild of it, and there's 4 instructors, but now we have a guest. We have a 5th instructor for this one. We've had 4. We've had 5 instructors now, and it spans 4 days. The main meat of it is Saturday, Sunday, where there are what is it? We each do 3. So there's
6. So we each do. So it's
but 3 a day.
Exactly.
So there's 12 modules.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Friday, there's a meet and greet. Everybody get to know each other, introductions, just a couple hours. Then Saturday, Sunday, 12 short 20-minute modules. That's a lot of stuff, spanning all kinds of information, not just technique, not just play fast. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you're teaching?
Yes, absolutely. So I'm including 2 new ones from the last time, since we have just so many awesome alumni coming back to this symposium. It's been really, really great. So I'm adding 2 new modules to mine. What I'm doing is tone in the hands. So what happens when you go to a gig and you can't bring a pedal board, or you just have an acoustic guitar and you don't have a bunch of effects? So
love it.
I am such a believer in, tone comes from your hands first and foremost. So I'm going to be talking about some of the things that I do, the way that I approach getting different sounds by just using these 2 hands that we have. So that's going to be a module I'm going to be talking about. Then how to prepare for a gig is my other new one. These are things, maybe not right now, as far as preparing for a live gig, but, I'm going to give folks a rundown on things to, keep in mind as they prepare, not only, physically and making sure you have enough cables, which is something that's very important, but, mentally preparing yourself. Like, I'm someone who likes to be quiet and go in the green room before I go play. I don't like to converse and be super social before a gig. I like to get in a really good headspace and then go ahead and play. So stuff like that we'll be talking about. I'm going to be bringing back my slide module, intro to slide, because I know a bunch of people had a really good time with that. So I'll be adding a few new things to what I said last time too. Soloing as a conversation, playing in the pocket, and then I'm going to talk about building your social media too.
Cool.
Yeah,
So
it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited.
do you have to be like a really advanced player to take the symposium, to do this and
No,
benefit from it?
the way, and it's something that was really important, I think, to all five of us as we were talking about this latest symposium in December, is just we're opening this to everybody. So whether you're just learning your basic chords, or whether you're a complete shredder, there is room for all of you, and we welcome all of you. There's something for everyone to learn here. So I mean, have your notebooks ready and an open mind. We are here to mentor you and to help you on your journey and finding your voice as a player.
Right,
So,
right. So we have Jennifer Batten, we have Angela Petrilli, we have Gretchen Menn, myself, Daniele Guittardo, who is a new addition. He's going to be teaching sweep picking and what's the other one? Chordal tapping.
Yes.
Wow, I don't know how to say those things. Anyway, and so those are the instructors, and then we have our rap party on Monday night, and Jennifer always gets some massively amazing guest artist to bop in for a while, and all the students get to ask questions and just hang. And this month we have Steve Vai. No big deal.
No big deal.
Not a big
It's
deal.
gonna be
really.
great. It's gonna be great, and everyone who signs up, we have this Q&A with Steve Vai. If there are any burning questions you've been wondering about his technique and all that stuff, Monday, December 14th is gonna be your chance.
Yeah. Or even just what he had for Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, the important questions.
Yeah, the vital questions.
Yeah.
So I don't know, anything else we should say about
We're
the
also
upcoming?
doing some scholarship jams,
Yes,
Vicki.
we are.
Yes, there's this
Yeah.
awesome scholarships jam. So those of you who would love to come to this symposium, we're offering a scholarship jam. Vicki did this really awesome backing track in F minor. Don't worry, it's a fun key to play in. It's a super
Luckily.
awesome backing track. I just love it. It's so cool.
Thank you. It was
It's
so
so
fun.
cool.
It's just great bizarre tuning and crazy
great.
stuff. But I'm so glad it ended up being easy to play over.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's super fun and intricate, but very full and rhythmic. It's a
Right.
great backing track. So
So how can they get
Folks-
that track?
yeah, so we've got the link, and what you do is you click this link. I'll put it in the thing on Facebook. So those of you who are watching right
Great.
now, I'll put it in there for you.
Thank you.
So you click the link, and from there we give you instructions. Post your video on Instagram. It's a 20-second video, and we give you the link to the backing track. You play over it. You post your video, and all of us instructors are going to pick the winner. And here's the thing: all levels welcome again.
Yeah.
So whether you are a beginner or advanced, everybody's welcome. Jam on the track.
Yeah, this isn't about who can shred the best, the fastest, who can play the most notes. This is actually just about who just touches us, And as you were saying about playing with your hands, it's like I did some stuff with Victor Wooten. I went to his bass in nature camp a bunch of years ago, and Victor had us jam over a groove, the most funka-delicious groove ever, and he basically said, just play one or two notes.
Yep.
That's it. One or
Yep.
two notes. Play one or two notes as in the pocket as you can, with as much heart as you can, and you will be delivering the most amazing solo possible. So it's, that's where it's at. The Jam with
Yeah.
Vicki is totally about just heartfelt, in the groove, no pressure. Please do it. We can't wait to hear all of you guys.
Yes.
There's also a discount on registration price until,
Yes, folks.
tomorrow?
So
Is it
sign
tomorrow?
up. I believe.
I think it's still December 4th.
I believe it is. So,
So-
folks, if you're thinking about it and you want to
Yeah.
get a discount, sooner than later, folks.
Yeah.
Sooner than later.
Thank you so much, Angela. I'm going to
you,
let you go
Vicki,
back
for
to
being
your
here.
tea.
Oh gosh, it's been a blast as always. Thank you for having me.
And I will see you soon.
Yes,
Am I
take care.
going to come onto your Instagram sometime?
Yes, on Friday,
Okay.
which is
I'll,
tomorrow.
I'll see you tomorrow.
I know.
Angela
tomorrow, Vicki.
Petrilli, her Instagram channel is rocking like nobody's business. Check it out.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
See you
All right,
soon.
Vicki. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yep. Awesome. So, you just let me know, Tay, when you're ready for our next thing to be happening. I don't know what it's like. Give us let us know where you are right now, what state, what country, where you are in the country, what the weather is like.
You have to tell Kelly to unmute her mic.
And Kelly, I want you to unmute your microphone is what I want you to do. And Tay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay,
Soon as
so
she unmutes.
when okay, so when yeah, so just let us know what the weather's like with you. And here's our weather woman, Kelly Bedwell. Hey,
Okay. Hey,
where are you?
good afternoon. This is Kelly Bedwell reporting to you from WKFU, your Brooklyn weather station. I'm here at the Summit Lake Dam in Philmont, New York.
Whoa.
And wow, last time I was here, there wasn't much water coming over the dam, but I guess there's been a lot of rain. I love water. I'm a water sign. I'm a Scorpio. I love lakes. I love the ocean. So I love this waterfall. And then there's another waterfall up here called High Falls. So I decided that I'm going to investigate around up here because I will be up here quite often. What a beautiful day. Sky's blue-ish. Trees, leaves are off the trees. Sun is shining. And, it's getting chilly. It's about 28 degrees last night, and we're expecting snow up here on Saturday. I didn't look up the weather in North Carolina or Vicki and Tay. Sorry.
It's cold and
Anyway,
sunny.
I have a little bit of history about this area. So Philmont was a mill town, and this lake there's a lake up there, Summit Lake. Duh. And that served as the water supply for the mill operation. And it was also after the invention of mechanical pumps was used for fire emergency water. So in the times before refrigeration, ice was a commodity, and taking the ice, as it was called, was winter work for men and horses, it said in this little thing I read. So it was scored with a horse-drawn plow, and then it was cut and stored in layers.
Wow.
Regarding this lake, there's a lot going on in here. I was reading about some type of pollution. So heavy stones, sand, and gravel got deposited near the mouth of the lake, and clay and silts carried across, and they settle, filling the lake. The soil particles bring phosphorus and nitrogen. Trying to read my notes, and they're blowing in the wind. Which acts like fertilizer and contributes to algae, and invasive species. So basically, what I read was that the plants take up all the oxygen in the water, and this silt will eventually fill the lake, and the lake won't be here anymore. So I don't know. I think the town is trying to avoid that and do some different things. I really need to get more information. Anyway, I'm just going to go across the street, make sure I don't get hit.
Please.
Here's the other side of this little bridge. I don't know. I hope you can see the water over there.
Yep.
Because I can't see anything in my camera.
We could see it.
So I'm going to do some more research about the town because there are some beautiful houses here. The big old houses that the workers lived in. And some are in, kind of disrepair. Some are abandoned. And some are beautiful. So I promise to do the work and get the research done. So anything else, Vicki?
Nope. Thanks for visiting us from that awesomely beautiful waterfall.
All right. This is Kelly Bedwell reporting to you from WKFU, New York.
Ciao, ciao, ciao. Thank you, Kelly. Wow. She's nuts. In a good way. In a really good way. If you like Kelly's weather reports, let us know. And if you don't say anything, please. So we are going to give a guitar away, but we're going to have our musical guest first. And let me give you a little background on why I've asked Glen Burtnik to come and be with us today on this day. my brother and I grew up in a pretty darn musical family, thanks to mostly my dad, although I think my mom was a closet piano player. I don't know why. I don't know more about that, but I don't. And my dad used to sit with me and my brother, and we would play and sing and be silly and make strange recordings and have a blast. And I know that I picked up the guitar around 5. And also, some of you who do know me know that I've been through some crazy stuff, lost my brother and his wife almost 2 years ago in a horrible accident. And that anniversary is coming up on Monday, December 7th. So in thinking about that and thinking obviously about my brother and thinking about the show and about music and, you know, all the things that one thinks about on these difficult anniversaries, I just wanted to bring Mark into the show, and then I wanted to bring Glen in. So Mark, my nephew McCoy says that Mark told him this was him at 17 years old. And like, wow, oh my God. Playing the guitar, yeah. Now it looks like he's playing left-handed. He wasn't really left-handed. Maybe it's a backwards picture. I don't know. Curious. Anyway, there's Mark with the guitar, and then maybe a couple years later, there's Mark with the bass. And I'm not really sure. I'm 3 years younger, so if he's like 18 or something, I'm 15. I don't really know about the transition from guitar to bass, but Glen's going to tell you. And so the reason I want to bring Glen on is that my brother's first band, or first official band that I'm aware of, was called Creeping Fungus Blues Band. And Glen was one of his bandmates. So Glen and Mark go back way, 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 a lot of years, maybe, 5 years, 6 years. They go back. And I just thought it'd be really nice to have some of Glen, his music, his songs, because Glen turned out to have an amazing musical career, musical life, which he's still having. And anyway, so we're going to talk a little bit about what Glen's been up to. We're going to talk a little bit about my brother, Mark, and Glen's going to do some songs, of which they're amazing. So come on in, Glen.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good, as can be expected in this surreal dystopian era.
That's what it is.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Yeah, yeah. I was saying to you last night that throughout my growing up time, you were always, of course I knew about the band. You weren't you didn't hang out so much other than that I remember. So I didn't really know you, but you were one of the bandmates. You were like, no. You were cool. And then, we kind of all left home. And then my brother and I would always talk about what's Glen up to? What's Glen up to? So there was always a what's Glen up to conversation for most of my life, And the very first thing I remember my brother telling me, and I don't see it written in any of your material when I'm looking about, Wikipedia and all the places there are to read about your very fascinating career. I remember the first thing my brother would just tell me was that you were in Beatlemania. Was that a lie? Were you not in Beatlemania? Because I was so impressed and blown away by that.
Yeah, I was a fake Beatle for a while.
Yeah.
For a year or more.
You were Paul, right?
Yeah, I was a Paul. Yes. And I like to tell people Marshall Crenshaw was my John, so to speak.
Wow.
But Mark, your brother, just what a lovely guy. I met him through our guitar player in Creeping Fungus Blues Band. I cannot even believe that, we're talking about Creeping Fungus Blues Band. That's awesome.
It needs to be talked
2020, and we're talking about that band. That's great. But around that time, my folks moved to North Brunswick, so I was really only around for, when it was time to play music.
Yeah.
I was, it seemed far away to me then. But in any case, after Creeping Fungus Blues Band, which I was drummer of, I started writing songs, playing more guitar. and eventually, and I'm left-handed, so I hold the guitar left-handed. That photo of Mark is kind of surprising. I'm going to guess that it's a flipped.
That's what I
That
think.
might be an Epiphone logo on the pickguard, but in any case, because I never saw Mark. Well, I don't know. We'll have to look at that photo again because it looked like the strings were the way I play the strings. So maybe it is possible that he was holding a guitar left-handed.
Maybe he was
know.
just doing a picture thing. Maybe he was just,
Yeah.
posing.
Yeah. My thing is that my low strings is low down there,
Yep.
which is the opposite of the way you and most humans play guitar.
Right. And yeah. And we've had another
Go
guest
ahead.
2 weeks ago with the same exact thing, which I thought was amazing that two of you are in my sphere in such a close period
That's
of time.
awesome.
Anyway, yes.
Love that. Yeah, there's some of us out there who play upside down and backwards.
Yeah.
But in any case, so that's the way I play, and that's the way I played. And I was playing some bass guitar for a while. And there was this audition that they were having in New York City for Beatle look-alike sound-alikes. So being left-handed, that kind of helped. And, I don't look exactly like Paul McCartney, but it was enough to get the gig.
Yeah.
And it was a good gig for me. I learned a lot. The Beatles canon is a great place to hunker down for a pop musician.
Yep.
And also the job of playing those bass lines, which I studied pretty closely, and singing those really high parts that at the same time, that McCartney did on those records. It was good schooling. I've always said I didn't go to college. I went to Beatlemania. So.
Yeah. Did you guys where did you tour with that?
Well, I did a little bit on Broadway, and then I went out to the LA company. There were 3 shows going on when I was there. There was one in New York, one in Chicago, and one on the West Coast. So I played LA for a while, and then we moved that up to San Francisco for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I would get an apartment and stay in town in San Francisco for, whatever it was, a year, 6 months. And then we went to San Diego. It was a great, great thing for a young man. I was 23.
Yeah.
And, that's the way I got to see LA for the first time, in San Francisco and San Diego.
Really cool.
It was fun.
Really cool. And, there's a lot of things to say about yourself. You're an incredible songwriter. You've had cuts that other artists have done that have been really successful. What are some of the other artists that you've had
Well,
songs?
my biggest pop success was a song I wrote with Patti Smythe that she had a #1 hit with Don Henley called "Sometimes Love Just Ain't Enough," and I also had I've had a number of charting songs as a songwriter, and there was a Randy Travis #1 country song which I'm really proud of because I'm a guy from New Jersey, and writing a country song is like an achievement, But I also put out my own records for a while. I was on A&M Records, and I got some airplay, and I was on television and stuff, MTV and all that.
Yeah.
And then I've also played. I was in the band Styx.
Yeah, tell us how that happened.
Well, I put out 2 albums on A&M Records. Styx was on A&M Records. My contract was up as a solo artist, but I had met James Young, who's one of the guitar players in Styx, and they needed a replacement for one of their members, Tommy Shaw, who was who was out on the road and making a record with a band called Damn Yankees. So they asked me to take Tommy Shaw's place, and I did that for a few years. And then later on, I came in to help out when their bass player had fallen ill. And so I was bass player as well. So I wore 2 different hats in that band, which
And
It's
as
also kind of my
as Tommy Shaw's replacement, were you playing guitar? You're playing guitar and singing,
Yeah.
right?
guitar and singing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So that was, so it was cool. I don't really consider myself great at anything, but good enough at a lot of things, and so versatility has kind of been my bag,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
but I'm also audacious enough to believe that I can do anything.
That's a good
So if you
combination.
say, well, if you say you want a keyboard part on a song, I'll do it. Like I've sung jingles and I've recorded background vocals for Celine Dion and all these different things that I'm very, very fortunate to have done in
Yeah.
my life. And I'm just like a working musician, almost like a working class musician, really.
Yeah.
And that's cool because as my wife points out to me, I wouldn't really want to be like when I was young. I thought I would be Bob Dylan or something, but I wouldn't really want to be like Bruce Springsteen or one of those guys where it's hard to walk down the street and, and you can't really have a normal life,
Yeah, that's an odd trade-off, But
For
and
sure. Who was I just? I was just watching some documentary on somebody, maybe the Who, and some of these guys that it's really a job. Once if you do become a celeb,
Yeah.
It's like psychologically it can be damaging. Like I watched a movie about Judy Garland, and I'm like, here's this great talent, but it's just crazy. Marilyn Monroe. Anybody who was that famous, it's like a job to keep yourself. I would imagine it's a job to keep yourself balanced.
Yeah. Hey, would you play us something?
Sure. Here's a song of mine called. What's it called? Watching the World Go By.
Oh,
You can play along if you like.
I'm gonna just noodle along, and you're gonna mute me.
Okay, noodle.
Beautiful song.
I wipe the dreams from my eyes, face the morning outside, and I wake up watching the world go by. I see the sun and the rain from my seat on the train, through the window, watching the world go by. And I look on at the day unfolding and the traffic going nowhere, gazing out on the street and the faces I meet every day, watching the world go by. There are those who don't stop for the hands on the clock. They don't see the way the time can fly, always running behind with so much on their minds. As for me, I'm watching the world go by. And through it all, with the hours passing, everybody rushing somewhere, they're all moving so fast, trying hard to get past, as I stand watching the world go by. Go ahead, noodle. Over, ask myself just where the world is going, and what's been lost, what's been gained. Have our lives really changed? Then I laugh, but sometimes I want to cry, watching the world go by, watching the world go by. Watching the world go by.
Yeah. That's such a beautiful song.
Thanks, Vicki.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, you could do another. You gonna switch guitars
You want
up?
another song? Okay.
Yeah.
This is going to be in the key of B, actually. This is a song, it's just called The Liars Club, and it's off a solo album of mine called Palookaville. Meet me tonight at the Liars Club. Room full of kindness, more than enough. Everyone's happy, everyone's loved. Meet me tonight at the Liars Club. There's a place I know to treat you like Elvis, where you're free to do whatever you want to do. You can speak your mind or just listen to the wisdom. You know, it's hard to believe and too good to be true. The girl at the door, the evening hostess, like an open book with nothing to hide. She got a therapist, a hypnotist, and a cosmetic surgeon. She says when they're finished, she'll be satisfied. She'll be there tonight at the Liars Club, where words are friendly, more than enough. Nobody ages, everybody stays young. Meet me tonight at the Liars Club. In the back corner, away from the window, a deal's on the table, hard to refuse. Could be the big one, the chance of a lifetime. Go ahead and sign the line, you got nothing to lose. Be there tonight at the Liars Club, the house of good fortune, the house of good luck. Everyone's a winner, all in good fun. Be there tonight at the Liars Club. And the women are beautiful, with hearts of pure gold. The bodies are perfect, and the men are made of steel. The fixtures are shiny, groomed and manicured, and everybody comes to say exactly what they feel. So why don't you join me for just one drink? We'll sit by the fire, take a look around. We won't stay out late, and it's not what you think. I promise I won't make a move. I'm over you by now, now. Yeah, tonight at the Liars Club, room full of kindness, never gets rough. Everyone's faithful, everyone's love. Be there tonight at the Liars Club.
Cool.
There's that.
Cool. What inspired that song?
Can't hear you. Oops.
Ah.
There you go.
What inspired
Okay,
that?
look
What
at it.
inspired that?
What's that?
What's that song about? Why'd you write that song? What inspired that song?
Liars Club. It was just, it was kind of a self-assignment. I wanted to write a song where every line is untrue.
Cool.
And I love Randy Newman as an incredible songwriter, and he can do stuff like that. Where he'll write a song and the listener knows something that the singer doesn't know. Like you like Short People, for instance, this big hit. You really know that this is an idiot who's singing this. This character is a guy who's very prejudiced about short people. It's a silly thing to be prejudiced about. And so anyway, it's like a songwriting assignment I gave myself.
It's cool.
To try to write a song that underneath it all, to belong to a place called the Liars Club where everyone's a liar. So everything I wanted to say was kind of, bullshit.
Yeah. I like it. Cool.
Thanks.
That's great. Hey, do one more for us, would you?
All right, I hope you. Okay.
Yeah, do one more.
These
for
aren't
us.
too long.
No. It's a pleasure to
Cool.
hang with you, Glenn. It's cool.
It's an honor that you asked me, and and we have this connection. Your wonderful brother, Mark Genfan. He left such an impression on my life, and we kept in touch as much as one can. He was in Texas forever, and I was in New Jersey or wherever I was, and
Yep.
so I am grateful for his friendship in my life, and the extension of that is staying in touch with you every so often, and there he is, wonderful, with like the longest hair of any guy that I hung out with when I was 12, 13 years old.
Yeah.
Which made him the coolest.
Awesome.
This is a song that this is the one that Randy Travis.
Oh, cool.
He was 16, tender and tough. She was 2, and he'd do anything to prove his love. With so much riding on the choice at hand, the spirit of a boy, the wisdom of a man. Hearts caught fire, love ran wild. She cried the day she called to say she was carrying his child. With so much riding on the choice at hand, the spirit of a boy, the wisdom of a man. It's a constant contradiction, what feels good or what seems right. You live with the decisions you make in your life, and what steers your direction is hard to understand. The spirit of a boy, the wisdom of a man. He drives a diesel out of Dallas, hauling cars out to the coast. It ain't the dream that he remembers just a few short years ago. Tonight at the truck stop, he drinks a cup. The waitress grins, winks at him and says, my shift's almost up. With so much riding on the choice at hand, the spirit of a boy with a pocket full of plans, and so much riding on the choice at hand, the spirit of a boy, the wisdom of a man.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Can you hear me now? You can hear me now, yes.
Okay.
Hey, that's
Thank you.
Glen Burtnik, everybody. And we got reunited a little bit. You asked me to do a couple of your Christmas shows, which I've really, really loved. And
Yeah, you were a big hit, and people ask me about you often.
Yeah.
And,
so you're doing another one.
hopefully-
You're
well,
doing,
yeah, I am. In 2 weeks, on the 19th, I'm doing what I'm calling the Glen Burtnik socially distanced Xmas. And in the past, what you've been involved with, I would have these big shows with a choir and a horn section,
Yeah.
string section, and kettle drums and tubular bells and just
yeah, freaking
marching
amazing. Yep.
bands, all kinds of crazy. Those were extravaganzas, but now because it's cold here in the Northeast, we're doing it inside a venue where it's only 20% capacity allowed in the theater, and likewise, the theater asked me, Glenn, if you're going to do this, we really want you to keep it down to 12 people only on stage.
Wow.
So it's like it's a socially distant stage and audience. So it's going to be more intimacy, and but nevertheless, it's playing a bunch of holiday music that we wouldn't play for the rest of the year. So
Yeah, and you will make it special, I'm sure.
I hope to. I hope
You
it will
will.
be it's making music in front of an audience has become a very rare and special thing, more than
Yes.
usual.
Yes, it has.
So I'm just happy to do it. It's at the Vogel Theater in Red Bank, New Jersey, on the Saturday the 19th of this month, because it's December already.
It is.
And the year is almost over.
It is. Awesome. Thank you so much for hanging with us today. It means a lot to me. It's great to see you. Great to hear your amazing songwriting, too, really.
Thanks, Vicki. Thanks for having me. My best to Tay, and hi to everyone out there in streaming land.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Glenn. Check out Glenn's stuff. Glen Burtnik. There's a link. Okay, y'all. Guitar giveaway. This is the one. We're giving it away. And just so you know, it makes sound and it works. So, there it is. I spent a lot of time last night. First of all, thank you to all of you who have watched the show. We're on episode 31, and we want to continue this. Obviously, when it comes time for people to go to live venues, I'm going to be doing that again too. So, but I love this, and I love that I can reach some of you far away, and you don't have to travel to get here. So we're going to keep doing it. We have some great musicians coming in the rest of December. Scott Ainsley is coming next week. He's an amazing blues player and singer. We've got Peter Finger from Germany, who is one of the most astounding instrumentalists I've ever seen on the guitar. He plays guitar like an orchestra. He is going to come. And then Christmas Eve, we have Sean McGowan, who's going to grace us with some amazing jazz Christmas arrangements. He's a monster jazz guitarist and a sweet, sweet soul. So we've got some great music, and I just want to really give my thanks. We asked you all to share. Some of you shared enormously. Some of you only shared once, twice, whatever it was. We're thankful, and your name is on this wheel. Let's see the wheel. Your name's on that wheel. Can you see it? And if you shared 30 times, like Vincent, your name is on there in 30 different spots. Another very big sharer, of course, was Rowie Shamir. Thank you, Rowie. Another big sharer was Paul Zinman. There was a few more really great sharers. Deepest thanks to you. Of course, you have a greater chance of winning. And so that you know this is not rigged, this is, there's the wheel. It's on my computer. It's over there. Tay is going to spin the wheel. You ready?
Yep.
Let's do this. Let's send this baby away.
Drum roll.
I'm holding my breath. Leslie Philbody! Holy moly! All right. Leslie is one of our students from the Guitar Cloud Symposium. Awesomeness. All right. That's so cool. So, Leslie's going to be getting this guitar. I want to take this last moment and thank the sponsors who help us on this show. Audix Microphones. It's great that I can use this headset mic. It's really been a blast to have it. Of course, Luna Guitars and G7 Capos. You guys have supported me for a long time. And in terms of Guitar Cloud, we are being presented by Positive Grid, so I want to thank them. I also want to thank Tonewood Amps. There's so many people along the way that have helped support me personally and the projects I'm involved in. Diodario Strings, so many. Anyway, these are our formal sponsors for the Guitar Cloud Symposium. Many, many thanks. We also do a lot of giveaways at the symposiums. We'll be giving away Tonewood Amp. We'll be giving away the Spark Amp for Positive Grid, G7 Capos, Fishman's got stuff. That's crazy. It's crazy stuff. So I'm just full of thanks. I'm full of gratitude. And we're going to end the show. I'd like to end with two very short quotes. One for my brother and one for Allison, his wife, and take you out on these quotes. So from my brother's beloved Frank Zappa, music is the only religion that delivers the goods. And from none other than Ralph Waldo Emerson, for dear and beloved Allison, who was such a creative being in so many ways, not the least of which was in her gardening pursuits. The earth laughs in flowers. So, much love to McCoy, my nephew. I know this is a hard anniversary, and much thanks to everyone. Just send some white light to the Genfan family as we come on this 2-year anniversary. We love you. Thanks for being with us. It's not the front porch. See you next week on the log cabin porch, in the living room, in the house, wherever we are. Oh, still bring you some music and some stories and some laughter and some joy for this very strange, very strange, very strange time in a very strange world at a very strange